What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Now today, if you've read the title of the video, we are back at my other cars. Yeah, this is so exciting. So I live in Brisbane now, but I'm from Cairns. My parents still are in Cairns. So all of these cars are still here because in Brisbane, I've got no room. So where I used to live before, when I was in Cairns, I definitely took for granted with how much space it had for all my cars. And now that I'm in Brisbane, I am, having a pretty good time trying to find room for everything. But so today, I'm just up here for the weekend. I've only got a couple days and I have got so much stuff that I need to do on all of the cars. So I'll give you an update on all the cars where we're at and what we're gonna do to them. But first, I'm going to see if any of them actually start because I will need to move that one forward and then I need to move this one out here. So let's see if they start. Now, if you don't remember my red S14, I haven't really spoken too much about it actually. There's only one video which I'll put here. But this car is honestly probably my favorite car that I own. I've seen it a total of like 6 times. I've never driven it on the road. The only driving I've done in this thing is literally a burnout on the grass out there. But this is my 14. We'll connect the battery because it's probably not going to start without that. Hopefully it still starts. My dad does run these cars, which is good because cars are made to be driven, and if they're not driven, that's when stuff starts to break. Or if you're like me, it'll break anyway. This car here, I bought off a older guy, John, very nice guy, kept the car for me until he was ready to sell it. Unfortunately, he got run off the road at a roundabout and went off the road. So this wheel here, this guard is caved in and the bonnet is slightly caved in, but the tie rod end, I believe, is bent. So I have, courtesy of Michael Wilkinson, shout out to you, my good mate. He gave me his spare guard for free off his kooky, or corky if you want to say it correctly. And also, this is exactly what I need. These are literally from the parts bin in Japan at the Ebisu workshop. They were going in the bin and Mesmer was like, oh, does anyone need these? And I was like, yeah, I actually do. So this is gonna be our fix for this thing. So we're gonna change the guard in it today. We're gonna change the tie rods. But first, this is the big, oh God, I don't think I can even show what's on this bonnet on YouTube. But this is the main car and I'll get to that later. But first, we're gonna move this and see if it starts. So this is my favorite car because it's a sunroof model, but like, look at all these goodies. Best gearbox I've ever felt in my life. And it's got 140,000 kilometers on it. And if it wants to start, oh, it just started, no way. It is the smoothest sounding SR20 I've ever heard. I didn't think they could sound this good. Like, oh, all you can hear is the clutch fan in it. This thing is bone stock too. Sunroof model. We love that. The interior is awesome. The only thing is the dash is cracked, which sucks in it. I just want to drive this thing. I honestly do not care how it looks on the outside. This is just my favorite car ever. I always wanted a kooky. So we'll see if it goes forward. First drive in the S14. Woohoo! And that's it. So we'll let this run for a bit. Like, listen to it. It's just the clutch fan you can hear. It's so quiet, what the heck? S14s are the best, and it's also a luxury model too. So these are grey, and it's got the sunroof, and a few other things. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. And, oh, what's that? Oh yeah, that's right. So, update on the AE86, and we'll also be touching this car in this video. I didn't film it because I was so pressed for time. There's no engine in it. And as you can see, it's still muddy from when this car got flooded, but the 1UZ that was in here is gone. And that is because we're gonna go a way better engine, in my opinion. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. I'm gonna tell you what it is yet. You probably already know, but I traded the 1UZ for a CDO9 gearbox. So my mate wanted a 1UZ. He had a CDO9 and I thought, hey, I like CDO9s. We'll get to this later. Now let's see if this thing starts. Don't forget, this car has been underwater. All right, battery is all connected. We relocated this to the boot. I don't think I filmed that. Heaps of paint stuff in here because that's why we're getting this car ready, because it's ready to get painted. That is the goal. That is the whole reason I'm up here, to drop it off tomorrow at my mate's to get painted. So we'll be seeing Jeremy tomorrow. This car was fully submerged underwater when my house got flooded. If you don't remember that, yeah, that was not a fun time. So my dash that we did is ruined. It's so dirty. This car, like, oh man. God, I forgot that happened. I kind of tried to block that moment out of my life. But anyway, we have got a lot of work to do. But I've got awesome mates, so that is the only reason this car is where it is right now. Haltech's got power. I don't think this is gonna start. This car's been through way too much. Oh my god. Yes! No way. Look at this thing. So one of the things that I need to do on this car is put in the slave cylinder, because this has no clutch at the moment because that's C, so I need to bleed the clutch. So to move this forward, I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to start it in gear. And I'm going to see if that works. But I actually have power steering in this thing, which is crazy because my S15 doesn't even have that. But alright, so we turned it off. We know it runs. We gave it a bit of a run. So now, oh my god, where is the clutch pedal? Oh yeah, it's stuck to the floor. That's right, that'll do that. So we put it in first gear, and now we pray. I'm gonna put this camera outside so you can see what I have to deal with. So the car is easy to work on. Gonna jack it up, and then yeah, we've got our slave cylinder here, so we can change that, throw that in, and then we can bleed the system. And then get a clutch so we don't have to start it in gear every time. That'd be cool. Also, have an alternator to change, because this one doesn't charge. We noticed that when we plugged the Haltech in, and we were fucking around on the computer, so need to change the alternator on this and get the clutch working, because tomorrow we are dropping it off at Jeremy's to get painted. So that is the whole goal of this weekend. And then the other cars, if I get time to it. But yes, this will be getting painted. Now, I wonder what color it's gonna get painted. Bwom, bwom, bwom. Bwom, bwom, bwom. Yes, epic color reveal. I'm not gonna tell you what color it's getting painted. You'll just have to guess. You'll just have to guess. But no, this thing is gonna look sick when it's all one color. And then, yeah, we can basically bring it down after that. This is our seized boy that we need to replace here. Yes, this is our genuine parts from Nissan. So we are going to take that off. There's 2 bolts there. And then we're gonna take the that bloke off there too, take it off, and then do some bleeding. Who would have thought getting flooded and going under water in salt water would seize this? Crazy. We got our nice unseized bloke to replace. And it looks the same, so that's a win. Old one's out, new one's on, but I'm just going to hit these bolts. Hit these bolts here with a wire brush because they're very corroded and we can't go putting that in, so give it a clean up and then we'll chuck it in. Took me 2 seconds and now the bolts look brand new, so now they're ready to go on. Sweet! Now while I was under here, I was looking at my next job, which is replacing the alternator. So I got an S13 alternator because I have an S13, but what I didn't think of is that this is out of an S14, so this is a VCT SR, and I've just noticed then that on the side of it, it says this one says A, and the one that I've got from a 13 non-VCT says B. So I don't know if that's going to work. I've just pulled the plug off and had a look, and they look the same, but I'm hoping they're not reverse polarity or something. So I'm going to have to look that up and see if everything else is the same mounting wise, but yeah, that could be a problem. Bloke with a trailer has arrived. Will the S13 make it onto that trailer tomorrow? Stay tuned. What do we got here? Hey?
Hello, folks.
Hey?
I survived the gillies.
The boys are back.
I got beers. You want to have a look at my beer collection? When the bloke says, all right, fellas, we're drinking 1 million beers tonight. Flaming hot Cheeto.
Prove it.
What do we got? A bit of Zambrero. Mr. Beast. I love the president. And have a look in there. It's kind of hidden, but we got a lot of VB.
Whoa!
We're gonna have a big VB fest. Love green grenades.
The S13's not making it on this trailer tomorrow at all. It's just gonna stay there and not be touched. Okay, so big problem. It turned out it was the master.
Master's cooked.
So it's nice and rusted. Oh, that's better. Yeah. So
We're not gonna pump shit.
when you go underwater in salt water,
Hello.
apparently it's not the best.
So we got a bit of mud.
So we could try clean this and see if it does anything, but I'm trying to track down one now. Okay, so basically
Like it's pumping. Just had
that is what you want.
proper bleeding.
So
It feels crunchy, but
before nothing was coming out at all. So potentially what we could do is sand that rod down and get some of that
down, bro.
and get some of that corrosion off. But this is pumping so much more now, so we might actually be able to bleed the system. Yeah, look, it even runs through by itself now.
We might be right, fellas.
All right.
Let's go. Give him a bit of a sand. Make it a bit smoother on the seal.
Yeah, it just needs to go on the trailer off because I don't want to drop this car off to Jeremy without it being able to move. Because he's going to hate this car as it is, so I need to make it as good as it. Polish a turd.
Painting a car that has a welded diff that doesn't drive. I don't know. It's a fate worse than death.
But also the clutch fork was really stiff on it, so
Stiff kick.
stiff,
So we'll see what
stiff bloke.
once he's all bled up. See how it feels. Hopefully it's
Okay, so the master is back in. We had to manually take the pin out and move the rod back and forth because it wasn't getting enough. So now we got the flow going.
flow's going, and we got a bit of a pedal.
So
Do that final.
now we can get a clutch again, which we didn't have before. So this is a win. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but now the clutch actually comes back. The pedal comes back by itself instead of having to manually take it. So we got a win. We got a truck meet going on. Don't! Stop moving, I can't see it. This is the coolest shirt I've ever seen in my life. I can't wait to get oil and power steering fluid all over. Right, moment of truth. Do we have a clutch?
Let's have a look.
No way the battery just went flat.
We're gonna need more voltage.
So the car won't start and there's smoke coming out of it, and apparently it's coming from that. So this is amazing news. Amazing.
There's a few wires without insulation.
Cool. That's melted copper, bare insulation, bare copper, the insulation's melted. Cool, that explains where the smoke was.
Alright, what are we doing here?
Electrical work, my least favorite work to do as an electrician.
So the Barron River Edition S13 decided that...
So basically the Barron River's still fighting us after I don't know how many years. And the previous owner of this car, everything is twisted and taped and was all in this loom, which was absolutely full of mud. I don't like this at all. I'm gonna have to fix this now, which sucks. Because I know I'm not gonna fix it. That's why I will tape it.
He won't fix it properly. He'll fix it to a degree.
I will wait for it to break.
Bare wire.
It's what you want to
Fishing
see.
line.
It's what you want to see.
Alright, we'll report back when it's fixed. Alright, bloke. Crank him up, eh?
Oh yeah, the dash is back in now too.
Oh yeah, the dash is in.
It is amazing. Alright, make sure it doesn't start.
Yeah, give him a shot. No. Pump him up. Pump the clutch up. And then hold it in. Okay, it's not good enough to move that.
Well, that sucks. My car! My perfectly good car.
Sus. Took that off in like 3.8 seconds, lad.
That's good, isn't it?
Ready?
YouTube magic.
It's okay.
Never seen a Sylvia of all this.
Oh, is that the stock intercooler?
Oh, it's so cute!
I reckon a P-plate has been here before. The Spanish Inquisition. Here we go, fellas. Couple of these jockeys.
Okay, Shiraz guard fitted.
Yeah, let's go.
Not pinched,
We need to get rid of him. Give you a big smack.
obviously. Don't break Heemses.
I will.
Okay, so turns out the coilover, that should be straight, it's not. So that should be straight, it's not, but we knew about that. So this is what I stole out of the Japan workshop bin, literally. So we'll swap that over, but yeah, just realized the coilover then is a bit how you going. But the guard's on. So that's a win, and it lines up. But now I gotta go try and find. Are you right? This is gonna go into my window of my car soon. Okay, stop.
In the next episode, we'll just change your windshield.
I'm gonna try and go through my parts. Welcome to all my spare parts. I have got so many AE86 parts, 1UZ parts, SR20 parts, RB parts, S13 parts, S14 parts, S15 parts, but I believe this is what we are looking for. Either that is out of a S15 or a GD86, I can't remember. So I'm gonna have to check, but we might be on here. Okay, so the coilover has been changed because apparently that was bent too. Amazing. Well, when I say apparently, yeah. So that's bent. The tie rod end was also very bent. I knew that. So everything that's been changed that I needed was free. So It's actually a big win, but yeah, it was a bit worse than we first thought. Lower control arm possibly also bent, but we're going to chuck it on the ground now and see how it goes. But I don't think I filmed the S13. I gave up on that because it was giving us a lot of grief. Yeah, remember how I said I think it needs a lower control arm because it's bent? It's definitely bent. So that's got heaps of caster. It should be in the middle. Kai, stop moving. I can't see. Yeah. Yeah, okay, filming it and shaming me. Thank you. The break on the table.
Piece of these nuts.
Gotta work on the A6 now. Apologies, it's so dark, can't see anything. Put the Truno bonnet on, which is cool, and then correct me if I'm wrong, but we're trying to fit up the Truno headlights and it's fouling on this bracket here, which looks like, because surely Toyota wouldn't have done 2 different front radiator supports, so assuming that this is spot welded in and it's actually supposed to be go off there is what we're guessing, and it makes sense to me. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Can't see anything because it's dirty, so apologies, but this is how you increase the value of your AE86 by putting a Truno bonnet on and headlights, because it's a hatch. So our drunk okay, our drunk idea was correct. When you cut those off, they fit. There's a hole.
It wasn't.
And it fits perfect. So now we're just zip tying it because I can't be bothered to take the fender off.
We've got pink zip ties, so
Pink zip tie so it stands out. So I just want to see what this thing looks like for ultimate JDM fanboy. This is sick.
Wow.
Truno front on the hatch. Looks sick.
On the Hatsuyoroku.
This just became a $700 million 1,000 car. Wow, I wish I had a front bar on it and that these were mounted properly. Sick.
Wow, man.
Okay, big exciting to work on this car now. Wow.
Very tough. Cheers, those kills.
Alright, so it's the next day now. We got very drunk and didn't film much, and also it got late. But where did we get up to? The 14 has got the new fender on it. Amazing. Tie rod end changed, coilover changed because that was bent, but turns out the lower control arm's also bent. The wheel's not straight at the moment, but the caster, see how far forward it is? So I'm gonna have to get another lower control arm too, so it's worse off than I first thought. But anyway, whatever, it's still, all of this was free, so that's a win. It's running right now, it's so quiet you can't even tell, but okay, so the 14, God, I love that car. 13, well, we gave up on it. The master cylinder for the clutch, clutch master cylinder is leaking from behind, so it won't bleed properly. So I put the dash in, the wheels in. We tried to bleed it, it didn't work. Stop the fire issue potentially, maybe, don't know. Putting it on the trailer, this bloke here is gonna steal the master cylinder out of his 180 and then bleed it and drop it off to be painted.
I will.
Because you should never drop a car off to be painted with a welded diff that can't move on its own power.
That's a dog act.
That is a dog act. So we'll do that. The 86, we changed the bonnet. We did the Truno headlights that you have to drill out the metal, which I think I got clips of that. So yeah, this is cool. Look how tough this thing looks. Yeah, it's just JDM as. So now all the Takumi weebs out there.
It looks pretty legit.
Yeah, it looks cool actually. Looks really cool. I want to move this thing out and we'll have a proper look at this. But first thing, we're going to see if this starts. Let's see if there's any fires this time. Can't see anything yet. Come on, yeah! Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Woo! Dude. It does not like being cold. Yeah, that cold start's gonna need to be cleaned up.
Here he goes. You're good. first skid. He's getting ready for episode. See the focus on him. Just straight up the trailer. Fucking. Yeah, looking good, boy. Let's go. Whoa, he dashes in.
Woo!
Chilled.
So muddy.
So muddy. Here we go, friends. We have the straps on. Aaron's trying to make his window go up because it went down. Now it won't go up. And she's ready for transportation. She's going to get taken. I will do the fix and then I'll take it to the paint guy.
Yeah.
Chiho.
This car sucks. This has been fighting me, but I finally got the panel off. So fun fact, this is your plug for your motor here. So if you just run 2 cables to a battery, you get 12 volts straight to the motor, so it'll go up or down depending on the polarity. So what I'm gonna do now is hook this onto here, and then if it doesn't do anything, then it's going the wrong way, so then I'll swap the polarity over and then it'll go up, hopefully.
Up he goes.
Yeah, boy.
Perfect.
Electrician.
So that means our motor's okay. It is a ground electrical issue, which I wonder why. And just like this is the last time seeing it in one color, well, one terrible color. So next time I see it, it'll be one color. And flooded again, probably. Yeah, so I can finally get rid of, oh, I can't show that on YouTube. But this is en route to be painted with Jeremy, who did my S15 with me, so it's gonna be a good job, which it doesn't need, but Jeremy's just a really nice guy that offered, so. Sweet. Bye. Alrighty, and I think that's where I'll wrap up the video here. This video was not formatted well at all, so I apologize for that. But if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. That's an update on all my cars. A lot of people have been asking where they are, when am I bringing them down, and well, yeah, they're very far away. Like I said, I have to fly 2 hours to get up here to work on them. But yeah, so it was good to wrap everything up kind of thing, give you an update. I'm gonna end the video there. So you guys know the deal by now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps mean the world. And also, I hope you enjoy the new outro by Bad Neighbour, Slip Away. So I'll see you very shortly. See yous.